Pretty much all of us dream or fantasize about being rich and successful, but unfortunately, not everyone is going to be able to achieve that because, well, that's just the way it is. But you just might be one of the few who do achieve what so many others can only dream of. After all, they do say success leaves clues. Now, unless you were born into a wealthy family or have some huge inheritance in your name, then chances are you'll have to work hard to become rich. Hey, what's up, folks? My name is Mal Hamadi, and welcome back to thebusinesslounge.com. Now, there are definitely some of us out there who have certain traits of the rich and successful, and if you're able to recognize the signs that you are destined for something more, you just might be able to leverage those traits to get you on the path to wealth sooner rather than later. So let's go ahead and get started, but before we do, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on your notifications so you know when I come out with our weekly videos and you don't miss them. So sign number one that you were born to be rich is that you're naturally lucky. I'm pretty sure at one point or another in your life you've met someone who has that golden touch, where everything in their life turns to gold. It's almost as if they possess some superpower and pretty much any business they start will become a success. And for some reason, in the hands of someone else, it would be a total failure. These are the same people that get access to opportunities without even really trying. Like, for example, they strike up a conversation with a random person in a coffee shop and that leads to them getting their dream job or finding an investor for their new startup. Does this sound like you? If not, don't feel bad, because everything in life can be tweaked, and most successful people will tell you that they had to create their own luck by expecting to be lucky. They put themselves in a situation where luck is most likely to find them. The thing is, while luck might seem like an uncontrollable part of life, the reality is that you create your own luck through your hard work and preparation. Think back to our friend who meets their ideal investor or business contact in that coffee shop. Maybe they knew that that coffee shop was where a lot of savvy business leaders got together, and by putting in years of hard work into their startup, they've made it into an investment that's worth looking for some investors. So you could say, lucky people prepare for success so that when the day finally comes and the opportunity they've been waiting for arises, they're waiting for it and ready to seize it. Sign number two is that you don't believe in quitting. Everyone knows what it feels like to fail, right? You know how tempting it can be to give up a challenging task that you're struggling with and just move on to the next best thing. But you know how pretty much every motivational speaker tells their audience that you should never give up and that you should stick with it to the end? Although most of them might sound like a broken record, they're all right, because people who see their task through to the end are the real winners in life. Perseverance is one of the hardest things to do, and every successful person will tell you of a time they were down and almost out for the count, but somehow, some way, they found it in them to come back and see their vision through. It's because of people like this that we have Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And I guarantee you that right now there's some app developers out there that are struggling the same struggles, but will find a way to persevere, and we're going to see another worldwide app take the world by storm. Sign number three is you have vision. It's easy to gauge a person's potential for success by understanding their vision. The bigger the vision, the bigger the goals. And when those goals are financial goals, it usually means getting richer than you ever expected. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't dare to dream big because they fear their dream is too big or that they don't have what it takes to become what they dream of. The crazy thing about this is that all through history, life has shown us that those who have the courage to dream big are usually the ones who achieve the most, and yet people are still crippled by the fear of their dreams. Look at Henry Ford. He was a true visionary of his time. He was famously quoted as saying, "If I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses." He had a bigger vision for transportation than most people, and that allowed him to create the first model of motor vehicles that was easily affordable to the everyday middle-class citizen. It all started with a dream, and without thinking of it, he would never have created Ford Motors. When you don't have vision or truly believe that you're able to achieve the goals you've set for yourself, chances are you'll never be rich. People who become wealthy use their vision to dictate their actions, and by following through with these actions every single day, they're able to see that vision come through and begin to reap the rewards of their efforts. The fourth sign that you were born to be rich is having a high risk tolerance. You've heard of the saying, no risk, no reward, right? This is why so many of the world's greatest entrepreneurs took risks to achieve the success that they desired. But those risks weren't careless or thoughtless ones, they were very carefully calculated risks. When it comes to investing or business in general, you have to take risks on a daily basis. This is another area where fear plays a factor with so many people. That fear of risk is what paralyzes so many of them, keeping them in the same financial position their entire lives. These are the same people that find the safest jobs possible and keep all of their money in their savings account or in a shoebox under their bed. They're always too afraid to increase their income by starting a business or investing their money into the stock market. But the reality is that in most cases, avoiding risk is the riskiest move of all, because nothing worth having in life comes without risk, right? Just relying on job security will probably mean you aren't going to improve your skills and maybe end up being laid off when those skills are no longer required. I talk about this in another video on jobs that'll be replaced due to AI, and I'll leave a link to it in the description below. But also, if you're just leaving your money in a savings account that you think will keep your money safe, that money will be worth less and less over time due to inflation. So a surefire sign that you were born to be rich is your ability to rationalize the risk you take and to use those risks to achieve even better results. Sign number 5 is that you have a hunger for knowledge. So here's the thing. When you're willing to learn new things, the levels of success you can achieve are endless. That's why they say, knowledge is power. I think it was G.I. Joe that said that, right? At least that's what I remember when I was a kid. But anyways, with the right information, you're able to direct your life in any direction you want. Look at Elon Musk. What did he do after becoming an internet billionaire? He decided to pursue his dream of revolutionizing the aerospace industry. He had very little knowledge and experience, but because of his hunger for knowledge, he began studying and reading book after book, until years later, fast forward to today, he's sending rockets into space just like he dreamed of. Even Warren Buffett,
the Oracle of Omaha.
Yes, even the Oracle of Omaha himself, he used to read anywhere between 600 to 1,000 pages a day after already being a millionaire. Today, he has a net worth of almost $90 billion and still spends an average of 80% of his day reading and strategizing. So as you can see, everyone that's become anyone in today's world has done it by leveraging that hunger for knowledge and using what they learned to get where they wanted to be. Number 6 is you have sharp focus. So obviously in today's world, you need to be pretty knowledgeable and have expertise in some area to be successful. Like Gary Keller says in his book, The One Thing, if you can have laser focus in one area, you'll reap the benefits that activity has to offer. Unfortunately, so many people lack that focus and are always moving on to new opportunities that pop up around them. This is what's known as shiny object syndrome. Perhaps you've heard of it. It's the tendency for someone to chase something new, whether that's a new business idea, tool, or goal, instead of focusing on what they're actually doing. This problem is so common in our information age. Look at how many different ways there are to make money online. Almost everything out there promises a certain amount of money, daily, weekly, or monthly. The problem begins when people don't see the results that they want to achieve right away, or the same results as someone else. So what happens? They lose their motivation to keep at it and move on to a new opportunity they've stumbled across, hoping that this one is the one that will make them rich. What you should do is find something that you love doing and comes to you naturally or easily. Then find a way to monetize it. You need to become an expert in that area by learning everything you need to know and stick to it. When you find your purpose and stick to it, you'll become limitless. The 7th sign that you were born to be rich is that you understand the value of your network. The people you associate yourself with have an undeniable impact on your outcome in life, and there are basically 2 types of people that you'll ever come across. The first type are the people you share your ambitions with, and they'll laugh and tell you how unrealistic your goals are. Whether you're willing to admit it or not, remarks like these can deeply affect your self-esteem and make you second guess yourself. The second type of people you meet are the ones who are genuinely interested in your growth and are happy to hear your ideas and support your goals, whether that's with their knowledge or their energy, and they can help get you out of the slumps when you need it. These are the kind of people you're always eager to run your ideas by, which obviously could lead to even greater benefits. Having these positive associations in life plays a huge role in how successful you'll be, and if you are born with the understanding of the value of your network, chances are big things are around the corner and you'll be rich in the near future. Number 8 is your ability to sell your thoughts and ideas. Obviously, one of the most important skills in business is sales, right? Perfecting the skill can make you ridiculously rich. For some people, that ability to sell anything, whether it's a product, service, or an idea, or a movement, just comes naturally to them. For others, not so much. Like developers who've worked years creating an amazing application or software that can't convince an investor to back them. Or the artist that's too scared to have their work in a gallery for fear of being criticized. Or even in the office or in a meeting. Not speaking up when you have a great idea could be the difference between you getting a promotion or working your entire career at the same level. The people that can put themselves out there and put their content out or their thoughts and ideas are the ones who end up creating opportunities to get lucky. And more importantly, get rich. Sign number 9 is that you have an inclination to give.
Give, and it shall be given unto you.
I got this. This is one of the most powerful laws on earth. Those people who give out freely will most definitely become rich. Not only is this preached in almost every religion, but that's just the way of the world. Think about it for a second. How come people who save grow poorer, while people who spend their money on a cause always find a way to have more money to give out? It's very simple. Karma, or whatever you want to call it, favors them. Do good and you will receive good. There's nothing to it. This law of karma works the other way around too, by the way. The less you give, the less you'll have. Now obviously you're not going to give away everything you own, but you can give sensibly. It's important to do that because it allows you to support other people's dreams and goals, and to keep you humbled and grateful for the blessings you've had in your life. The last sign that you were born to be rich is that you have a willingness to try new things. People that try new things are people who have vision. These are the people who are often referred to as crazy by the general public. But being different isn't really a bad thing. Mark Twain is well known for saying whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it's time to pause and reflect. Interestingly enough, whenever you try things that other people aren't willing to do, you'll usually find those actions led to above average results. Think of all the great innovators throughout history. They all had one thing in common. They were all crazy enough to try new things that weren't normal and were able to ignore all the haters they had along the way. Look at the Wright brothers. These guys were willing to risk life and limb to test the potential, not the ability because no one had done it before, but to test the potential for flight. And through those efforts, they pioneered the aviation industry, which today allows millions of passengers to travel whenever they want. Well, maybe not now. So there you have it, folks. These have to be, in my opinion, the top 10 signs that you were born to be rich. If you possess any of them, then you're on your way to bigger and better things, and hopefully that financial success you're looking for. All that's left for you to do is put in the work to make it happen. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up so hopefully more people can see it. And as always, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do and turn on your notifications so you know when I put out another video in a few days. Until then, you guys take care and I wish you all the best. Bye bye, folks.